Hey there, everyone. This is going to be a progress update for version 2.4 of the Community Theme Creator. I just want to go over some of the things that I've worked on over the past few weeks, actually since releasing 2.3. So let's get into it. Okay. I'm going to mute the audio. So, unfortunately, and it may not be visible to you guys, but I know that there's some performance issues. I introduced them yesterday or very late last night. So I'm frantically kind of trying to get all that squared away. But the focus is what have I done in a non-destructive way? What have I done to the theme creator over the past few weeks? So I've gone through a lot of restyling of everything within the application. So within the main preview window, there's no shadows, there's no gradients. The boxes have changed, the combo boxes have changed, everything's changed, okay? I want this to be as lightweight as possible to make way for new functionality. So the thinner I can try and make this app, the better. So like I said, the combo boxes have changed here. I've given them kind of more of a Windows 11 looking style, if you're familiar with that. If you've upgraded to Windows 11. Let's see. I want to pick like a real basic theme. I guess Arcade 2.5 will do. Yeah, go to text games view. All right. We'll go in and we go straight into the editor. There's no intermediate screen. You go straight from clicking on edit view straight into the editor itself. A lot of the visual changes have been made to the elements properties panel. I've aligned, obviously they're using different style of buttons and controls, and I'll go over that real briefly. But the alignment of all the controls, it just, to me, it just looks a lot neater, more consistent. And maybe it was just my OCD getting to me just looking at this stuff all the time. And not only that, there was because there was a high use of very dark gray, if not black, on some of the buttons and combos, accented with a very bright white, it was just killing my eyes constantly while I was testing or trying out themes. So it's kind of a more muted, more, not so much kind of in your face, bright white labels now. I'm not trying to justify my changes. I'm just, it's just one of those things. It's, if I'm going to do it, then I want to do it. So I'm not going to hurt my eyes. And if you guys are, in front of a computer for hours every day, the last thing you want to do is look at very kind of bright white labels while you're putting stuff together in the theme creator. So I'm just trying to help any way I can. So like I said, I've restyled some of these controls. So for example, the toggle, and if you notice, I'm using the blue color, and that seems to be kind of the design language, if you will, for selected. So I'm using this color throughout to indicate that it's enabled or selected. So that toggle control has changed, not just in its color, but its appearance. Also, if you have keyboard focus, it will now highlight. Same with the input fields. You can see the keyboard focus. It's got the same color blue underline to let you know that that is the field that has focus. Same with the auto size checkboxes. Again, they're blue with a check mark. All right. The angle, or the control that I use for the angle and the effect shadow direction, that has been changed. Obviously, I've removed the gradients. Again, keep it flat. But I don't know if you ever noticed, but whenever you moved your mouse pointer over this control and use the scroll wheel, it would interact with it. Okay, it would move it up and down, and that was by design. But I also noticed if you were using your scroll wheel and you placed your mouse pointer about here and used your scroll wheel to scroll up and down through the properties, as soon as this scrolled up and was underneath your mouse, the scroll wheel would then take control and start shifting the values of the angle. So you don't want that. So I've made it more, I guess, window-esque. So you click the control first. Now it's highlighted. Now you can use the keyboard or scroll wheel to change the values using those methods. Or you can press and hold, and then the focus circle changes blue, and now you're in control, and you can just move it around, move the dial around, like so. So there is no kind of accidental. You can click on it anywhere you want. It won't alter the angle. It's a press and hold that will cause the dial to jump to your mouse position. But just a normal click, just to get focus, won't do anything. Just a press and hold will. Okay? And while it has focus, you can actually hit the escape key, and it will reset to a default angle of 0. All right? That was actually in there before, but it's a little bit more obvious now that you can tell that the control has focus. Another control that's been kind of revamped is all the sliders. If again, if I was using the keyboard, I can clearly see which slider has focus. It places a focus ellipse around the thumb of the slider, and I can use the cursor keys to alter the slider value, or scroll wheel. But press and hold, you can click down and drag it as before. Nothing's changed there. Just some of the visuals have changed. The color properties. I've increased the size of the selectable color boxes or preview boxes for the colors or gradients, and I did that for two reasons. One, it kind of utilizes that space, but two, having a larger preview of the color or gradient, especially for a gradient, gives you a much greater appreciation to see how the gradient is being defined in a much larger preview area. Okay. I covered combo boxes. Again, they all have this style, this Windows 11 style, so you can clearly see which one is currently selected, and which one you want to jump to. Okay, that's across the board. I guess while we're here, if I click on conditions, again, I've changed, like I said, I've changed everything. So visibility conditioning, the panel has had a bit of a revamp. Again, you know, combo box, I don't have anything to select here. But you know, again, the combo boxes, just visual styling change. Hopefully it doesn't look super small on your PCs when this version has been released. I've tried to kind of keep all the font sizes consistent across all these various windows. I mean, that's the goal. Same with color dialog, actually. If I go in there, some of this stuff was very kind of difficult to read as it was so small. So I've changed the mechanics of the color dialog. And also, I do want to point this out too. It's not just styling that I changed, but if you notice, the properties window is over here. And if I click in this box, your mouse pointer is still in that area, and the color dialog pops up exactly where it would be in relation to where you clicked on the color in the properties window. And if you've got more than one monitor and you've moved the elements properties panel into another monitor, that will work too. So if just for example's sake, if I'm currently on the second monitor and I click this, well, the color dialog will follow where it was clicked from. So that too would appear on the second monitor. And I've done that with all panels. So color dialog, conditions, they'll follow you. What's another one? Whoops. The animation editor is another one. So that will follow you. And again, this was another panel that needed attention. The fonts were running a little bit small, so I've increased, and I've also changed the alignment of some of these, kind of line them up just to use up that space. Let's see, again, point of origin, it uses the same kind of design language color for selected item. Again, checkmark uses the same color. Yeah, all pretty much, that's pretty much it. You know, buttons, visual styling, color, rounded edges, lack of shadows, keep it nice and flat, keep the amount of rendering that Windows has to do to a bare minimum, obviously, because the focus is designing a theme, and it doesn't really matter if the theme creator looks pretty or not. It just needs to be functional, has to be easy to use. It shouldn't be maxing out the GPU, rendering, you know, high quality, high gradient buttons just for the sake of it. So yeah, I've just tried to keep it as flat as possible to free up all those resources for the themes that you're building. All right. Again, you know, rounded edges with a slight outline, a little bit more kind of noticeable now on a black background. What else? I know I moved the scroll. Let's see. Can I move that back? I was too busy kind of moving stuff around here. Yeah. Let's see. And again, like I said, all windows have had this treatment. Yep. Yeah. And I've probably still got work to do. I mean, I'm not done yet. You know, this is like my second or third pass over everything just to make sure it's consistent. But I am working on performance related issues. So as you can see, like I said, when I click edit, it's a lot faster jumping into the editor. And because it's so fast, I don't need that intermediate pop up with the community theme creator logo in the center anymore. It's pointless because it's only there for a brief moment before the editor appears. So there was no point in having it. In fact, by having it was slowing it down. So yeah, just take it out completely and speed it all up. And likewise, if you're saving or discarding via the editor, it's a very quick return back to the main preview window. Okay. Again, you know, we're in a game view, so you see a list of games. Same kind of design language. You see the tab marker next to the selected item, so it's a little bit more obvious. And again, using the same color. Again, it's used in here, so you can see what configuration is currently being selected. Again, same design language. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's other things, but yeah, it's basically just a reskinning or retheming of the app, trying to make it run as efficiently as possible without all the niceties of you know, deep shadows and gradients and blurring and all this kind of stuff. All that's gone. The only place that shadows exist now are on the main preview screen, just to indicate that these panels sit above the main preview window here. So this has a shadow, the sidebar has a shadow, this has a shadow, and then this has a shadow just so it stands out. But other than that, everything's flat. So yeah, that's it. There's been a number of fixes that I have made to this version that, you know, some of the issues exist in 2.3. I'm improving performance wherever I can, everywhere that I can, for you know, anything. For example, this list, if you have a lot of themes, and I do because I've got my own themes plus other people's themes that they're working on and I'm testing out and whatnot, I've got a whole laundry list of themes on my test machine, and sometimes that combo box was taking a long time to punch up, and I know why. So that's fixed. So, you know, it's just these things where you know, you've either never encountered because you've never hit you know, that kind of limit. You know, you don't have like 20-30 themes on your system, or for whatever other reason. But you know, these things I'm hurriedly trying to, you know, navigate through and fix them wherever I can, just so that you guys have a, you know, quality of life experience using the application, along with fixing bugs and whatnot. So that's the work up until this point, and I still have a ways to go. I'll probably make subtle tweaks here and there just on the user interface, but I've pretty much settled with the look and feel. This is the way it's going to look going forward. It's really a case of just fixing some performance naggy issues that I don't like, and you probably don't like, but you're probably too polite to bring it up to me. So anyway, I'm addressing those. That's number one priority. Second on my list, and it's really I guess the selling point of 2.4, and that's with 2.3, I allowed or provided the ability to present text wheels as you would see them in Big Box. So as you edit them here in the theme creator, that's exactly what they'll look like when you publish and see them in Big Box. Well, the goal for 2.4 primarily, okay, styling aside, bug fixes aside, but primarily 2.4 is all to do with actually showing, displaying the other wheel types. So horizontal, vertical, wall views, those wheel types I plan to have available within the theme creator, so you can actually see what these wheels will look like before you publish and run them in Big Box. So that is the primary goal. And the progress on that is that I did have a really good conversation with Christian on the Launchbox Big Box team, and we went through it, knocked out a couple of examples, 3 examples actually, vertical, horizontal, wall, and I was able to produce those wheels, and that was just a proof of concept. Previously in the past I had struggled to the point where I've just given up, and hence that's why you just don't have that ability today. But that will be very different in version 2.4. All right, so that's a separate proof of concept application. I don't have anything to show, and I don't really want to show that at this point, but I will show off progress once I've taken that proof of concept and start merging it in with the main code that I have here. Once I've got some of the performance issues out of the way, to make room for new functionality. So give it a week or two, and hopefully I'll have something bare bones to show off. But it's exciting, really is exciting. And then the plan for 2.5 is to be able to customize how you want the items to look and interact within those wheels. So wheel preview first, and then wheel item design second. All right. You know, in addition to bug fixes, and that's always, you know, part of the plan. But you know, those are the major features for 2.4 and 2.5. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to go over the work that I've been performing over the past couple of weeks. I hope you like what you see. You know, for me personally, I think it's just a lot easier to use. You know, kind of familiar layout, colors, scheme, etc. But you know, by all means, you know, leave whatever comments you want in YouTube, or post comments on the Launchbox forum. Either way, I'll see them. But that's where we have it right now. Like I said, give me a week or two, and hopefully I'll have some of this new functionality embedded in a new build of 2.4. All right. So again, thank you very much. This is exciting stuff, and hopefully 2 weeks I'll have something cool, very cool to show you. All right. Take care, everyone.